Hey everybody, it's Kurt here with the Internet Time Machine, coming to you with an Internet Time Machine update that really affects the education slash parenting field, and we thought it was such a big opportunity we decided to shoot a video. Now, some of you may know about the phrase tiger mom. There was recently an article done with a mother of two Chinese girls in the Wall Street Journal about a whole philosophy about how Chinese moms raise their children. Now, this subject has brought up a lot of emotion for not only parents who have read the interview with Amy Chua, her name is, but also people that have had parents raise them in a strict environment or parents raise them in a more free environment. So here we have a subject, and what's happened is the Wall Street Journal did the interview, a long interview about how Chinese mothers raise their children and why it's the best way. Evoked a lot of emotion in people. First of all, mothers, especially new mothers, are insecure about how they're raising their kids since they've never done it before. So anything that brings out a better way to do it or a different way to do it that might be more helpful, puts up a defense mechanism, as well as we've all been raised by a parent or parents or a grandparent or someone, and we have our own feelings on parenting. So you don't even need to have kids to be involved in this niche. This is all about the emotions that come up when you read this article about a very strict, as U.S. and European standards would judge this Chinese mother and how she raised her children to always work. There were no sleepovers, no playtimes, no failure, play the piano, the whole stereotypical version of how, say, Chinese or Asian couples raise their children. So this evokes a powerful response from people. In the education field and the parenting niche, this, as far as a digital project, is wide open. Tons of demand, tons of interest, tons of emotion tied to this subject, where you could do an ebook on Tiger Mom or, how discipline or raising a child, a video series. For the non-traditional, or I should say digital, this is why our corporate side of our business is really taking off, is we can direct educational and parenting niches to say this is where people are going and a hot topic that you want to be ranked for, you want to have your next publication, you want to be giving courses or one-day seminars on the differences between what's referred to now as Tiger Mom compared to, say, a more traditional U.S. upbringing. So let's head over to the Internet Time Machine, take a look at this phrase, Tiger Mom, see why it's so popular, and let's look at the other niches and phrases that you could rank for very easily and begin selling products for as early as tomorrow, as I'm going to show you. Well, let's go over there.
All right, you are looking live at the Internet Time Machine User Interface 2.0, which gives us our geographical tracking as well as worldwide trend and sentiment analysis. So one of the first places that we wanted to look with this Tiger Mom that we started to see was over here in the keywords. If I put in the word mom to look at any core trend, any mom-based phrase that's increasing in sentiment, positive feeling, and has not enough supply results, I'm going to get this list of results. Mom baby game, stay-at-home mom, those are usually the top two. Stay-at-home mom especially, and then we get down to, we saw global mentions for Tiger Mom book, because Tiger Mom, Amy has a book out, Tiger Mom book, Mom plus baby comes back in. Then we have Tiger Mom, gifts ideas for mom. Tiger Mom Chinese is certainly a reference as well, showing a lot of search engine demand. And if I come over back to the filter, and this is again going to look where if I use the word tiger, you'll see that we have a pretty good maturity. A maturity over 60 starts to be a big trend. So this is just about to kind of break out in the world. Tiger Mom book. We go to Tiger Woods online, but then Tiger Mom, Tiger Woods divorce. It's actually outranking the Tiger Woods divorce story now as far as growing trends with low supply. And you'll also come down here and see an interesting one is Chinese mother tiger. Stuff like that starts coming up. Tiger Mom Chinese. And just to show you how provoking this trend is, if I click on maturity, it's going to immediately put me outside of Boston where I am locally. But look at this, up and down the East Coast, these are markers for where there's a lot of sentiment and a lot of discussion about this. And if I come down to our geo tracking, and I'll just put in Tiger Mom, but let me show you, let me just move across the country slowly. Chicago, hard to call this a trend without a lot. Look at the massive dropping of pins that come around here. So a lot of interest in the Midwest. If I go to, let's say, Los Angeles, you can see that, we'll drop the pin and then, wow, all the way up and down around Los Angeles, 500 kilometers. That's all we're using for a short radius. It's a very popular subject. Almost anywhere, let's see if Miami has it, I type in, we'll have a, massive, look at that, all in South Florida is popular. Let's see if we go over to London. I wonder if it's made it over into, let's say, London, because it was a US-based interview. Again, first pin should drop. Look at that. So we have some of showing it in Europe. So let me show you a little bit here. That's the Internet Time Machine picking it out of the crowd. This is the article that started it all. It comes up as #1 in Google when you type in Chinese mom. And it's the interview that started it all. These are 2 kids. One just got into Harvard, actually. And if I show you Google Trends for Tiger Mom, look at this. Here's when the article came up, straight up to over almost a 75. And the great part is it's very low competition. There's still URLs like Tiger Mom Blog, Tiger Mom Ideas, Be a Tiger Mom, all still sitting there. And if we type in Tiger Mom, let's see if any marketers are picking up on this. You'll see here's the Wall Street Journal article, and then of course Time picked up an article on ABC News. She kind of became big. She did a lot of interviews. There's interviews with her in video, but look at there's already a decal. Someone has made up a sticker, and that's not even a product. So you're kind of wide open here on PPC and even video to do something. And if I look at the AdWords and I type in Tiger Mom, there's no competition. You're going to notice here. Let me put it in the frame for you. Maybe you can see a little bit better. No competition. But look at these searches: 50,000, 33,000. Again, parenting mom, stuff like that, all with zero competition. So what we're showing you is a high demand trend in the educational and parenting field that has very growing popular sentiment and ideas that people want to know about, yet don't have a lot of supply. And that's what the Internet Time Machine finds. So anyone, again, in the educational or parenting field, you could go digital products, you could go all the way around into a bunch of different products and still take advantage of this Tiger Mom phenomena, because it's emotional and it causes a lot of debate on how much discipline, how is the right way to raise a child, how were you raised, and a whole sorts of stuff comes up. So check this out, Tiger Mom alert issued. Get on this if you're in that field, and we'll see you in the next video at theinternettimemachine.com.